This morning, President Joe Biden preparing for his first State of the Union address tonight. And joining us live to talk about that this morning is Dr. Lee Hanna, Associate Professor for Political Science at Wright State University. Now, Dr. Hanna, thank you so much for joining us live this morning. So, over the last 24 hours, they've really been working to rewrite the president's speech to talk more about the Ukraine-Russia crisis. How do you expect the president to address this and lay a path forward for Americans to understand?
Yes, absolutely. You know, normally we think about the State of the Union and the domestic audience and the president's efforts to pass a domestic agenda. But obviously, with what we've been dealing with in the last 2 weeks with just this enormous international crisis that really can't be understated, the president is going to take some time to discuss the U.S.'s position, NATO's position, the European Union. And so certainly he will have a message that will be carefully tailored, not only for Americans to hear, but also for, an entire global audience that wants to know precisely where the U.S. is on this issue. And, it should also lead to maybe more unity than we would have thought even 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's the old adage that politics ends at the water's edge. And there should be more unity, certainly as President Biden is laying out this approach to Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The president's international agenda came under fire after the shoddy withdrawal from Afghanistan. Do you think that perhaps his image has changed at all with what has been unfolding with Russia and how they've been able to be really on top of this invasion and be the first ones to flash some of those warning signs?
Yeah, so I do think so. I think that we will look back and see that there was a fairly steady presence from this administration over the last couple of weeks, and they really got out ahead and shared some intelligence that I think undermined Putin's efforts to justify his invasion. And so I think he will be viewed with more esteem and more respect for those reasons. I think what's so difficult is we're not out of the woods. Nobody knows how this ends and how long this carries on. And so in that way, I expect some rally around the president, but obviously, this is still very complex and very dynamic.
State of the Union is usually a moment for presidents to tout their accomplishments. But at this point, the U.S. is still struggling with inflation. A lot of people's pocketbooks are really feeling it right now. How do you expect the president to talk about the pandemic and kind of how we pull out of this economically moving forward?
Yes, I think that there are some signs for hope. Even tonight, the event will be mask optional. But at the same time, you're right. And I've read quite a bit about how the president needs to communicate to the Americans that he understands, what inflation, what high gas prices, really do, to individuals, to the middle class. And so I think that he does have to not only articulate a plan, but also, show some compassion and some empathy for where we are in this situation at the moment.
Dr. Lee Hanna, your analysis is always on point and appreciated on the morning show. We appreciate you stopping by. You'll be back again with us tomorrow for a recap at 8:15 on Fox 45.
It's great to see you, Nathan. Thanks.